I think the live viewer is me. But if that's not, if I'm miscounting, I'm just testing some stuff. Hey, John. Welcome. So I'm poking around on improving the stream setup. I'm playing with my Stream Deck, trying to make it easier for me to get online. So not really planning to stay around for long. And I guess if you are here, maybe that one indicates it's you. I thought it might have been me because I'm looking at my own stream. So now I know they don't count myself, which is good. Good to know. All right. Have a good one. All right, so we got the AMA button. Current bit rate. What? Preset button works. That's nice. Saved me some brain power. Okay, not sure what the stream's complaining about. Speed seems okay. I now have good connection. Auto start. Don't know what that is. Streamlabs. Disable. Live chat. About. See, there's a couple people in chat. I'm just testing some things out if you're joining in. I'll happily pause to answer a question if you got them, but I'm trying to see if my Stream Deck can be more useful. And I'm poking around with my Streamlabs settings. So I might be popping in and out. Appearance. I'll just put it over here in case people are curious what I'm doing. Trying to get rid of this. The problem with this is this doesn't work. So this chat box ends up being a waste of space. And before I start streaming, I normally minimize it like that, so I have a fuller thing on the side. But I want this to just go away completely. How do I have some tools to edit this, but I'd like to disable that entirely. Layout editor. Okay, what is this? No, it's for the actual app, I think. What's this one? Oh, that's it. That's the, yeah, okay. for transitions. I don't use that. Themes. Store. Highlighter. What does that do? Oh, that's awesome, John. Glad you're glad I inspired you a little bit. Love to hear more about your community someday if you want to share. Capture a replay. But one of the things I've been playing with is the idea of, I mean, as you saw, John, if you're still here, if you saw this week, I cut out a little bit of the portion of a little bit, half of the stream that I did the other day and tried to make it its own video. And I've been thinking maybe to read through some articles and do some reactions and other kind of stuff to have some fun and give some like chunks that people could watch on YouTube. Because I do end up doing a lot of content on here, and I can understand why it's hard to consume 2 or 3 hours of content. Required a test recording. I don't know how to use this. Start streaming and capture a replay. Click back here after your stream. What does that mean? This, I'm already recording. Right, I'm getting distracted. So, Streamlabs, all right, I've left that search up. What is a Streamlabs replay? What do you do to start it? It'd be nice if I was like, looking for tools to set markers. Because the challenge is, I mean, I'm getting down to the like, editing weeds. I can go to YouTube Studio, and I can go to a live stream. And then the way that I created that video that I cut out was to go to the live stream, edit it, go to the editor, bring up the editor, and then do a trim and cut on the chunk that I wanted, and hit save as new, which worked, as I saw, people saw this week, but lengthy, a lengthy process. If I can make that easier, that would be awesome. So, instant replays. Are you looking for ways to save your highlights? Yes. Instant replays widget. How to use hotkeys to trigger an instant replay with one click. Looking at your suggestion here, John. The other thing that's really annoying is I got all this stuff out. So here's the chat that I actually look at. And your comment here was a good one, but the stupid little reaction button was literally over the, I couldn't read quickly. Stream on Wednesdays. Did it freeze? Might have a bad internet connection here today. It says I'm here. I don't know. Yeah, something about my connection's flaking out today. Don't know. Anyway, so you know, I have my regular schedule, right? That's or regular in that it's the same date, but I'm not really good about being consistent each week. And gotta believe that there's a way to do like a YouTube live schedule and actually show that to people so that they can get notified. And when I'm planning to really do it, like for instance, barring, this upcoming week, I have nothing going on. I'm pretty confident that I'll be streaming. So I might as well just set it, right? So those are things that I'd like to do. I'm really mystified by the connection thing. Maybe it's because it's Saturday and more people are using the internet. I don't know. I don't know why that would matter. Okay, back to this instant replay thing. What is this? How does this work? Because the modes I was thinking of for instant replay or taking segments was, one would be to record locally and then do actual editing work and cut out a segment and upload that. And I asked some people online about it and got a response saying basically that's what they would do. The other would be to do what I did on YouTube, which I didn't even know was an option until like a week ago. And I think there might be some concerns that might mess with the quality of the video, although it looked fine to me. So I'm not sure what this setup does. Oh, maybe it's like a local. Longer replay buffers require more memory. Oh, is it to put that in memory? Or do they mean disk space? Can't imagine that just like using your memory for that. That seems wacky. Automatically start replay buffer when streaming. It seems like for the gamer community, where it's like you need a quick thing. Save a replay. What is this? I don't. Okay. Somebody needs to. Like I feel like an old man. Streamlabs. Instant replay. Alright. Now the stream's going to get even more boring because I'm going to watch somebody in the background. Maybe I'll put on closed captioning. This guy used to have his own channel, but I think he's must have been hired by Streamlabs. Oh, I think I get this. What this is? It's like if you're watching a football game or soccer game. I don't know where y'all are. And ESPN does like, let's look at that last play. Yeah, these are too short to be what I need. Okay. Cool feature. I just can't imagine myself having any need for it as a software streamer. Okay. The other thing I thought about is there a way to do time marks? It's like the challenge I had with this process is I had to come back and like look for the boundaries. And if I could do some kind of marking, where I could type like /mark, I don't know, in the chat or hit a button on my Stream Deck here as a point in time. That would be interesting to capture. Even if it would just write, oh, that could be like an interesting custom action where I could, if I had a timer that started when the stream went live, then I did a little custom action that is just listening for that timer somehow, and I hit a button and it writes it out. Just, I mean, literally something that could be in a terminal. I don't know that I could write up that quick loop there, because I don't know how I'd signal to it. But literally a button that just says timestamp of now. Because you could think of the stream as saying, stream starts now. Oops, that's not the right command. Stream starts at this moment. And, you know, if I do a button, it basically does another one of these. And just captures that timestamp that I cared about. And then ideally you'd have a, well, if it was a button, you wouldn't be able to add any metadata to it. Which is why, so I think some people will do kind of something like, yeah, bookmark. So chapters is what the YouTube videos call it, but so something like mark article 1. Like if I started doing articles to chat through, then like that would be the timestamp, and then have a metadata that I could edit it later and know. Okay, I'll look for bookmarks. That's a good word to key on, John. Thanks for the suggestion. YouTube live bookmarks. This might be like come back to somebody's live channel later. Yeah, that's the unfortunate part of that naming. Mark timestamp. I don't know. Did somebody on that recent video that I did, go back to it, they left a comment, which was kind of cool, that dropped all of this timeline stuff in here. But when I look at this video, at least it was this morning, not including that. So I don't know what's going on there. It seemed like the right format, because the format for these things is just the timestamp followed by some word. So that seems like it would be accurate. I thought I'd drop it into the description to make it time stamped. It didn't seem to work. Was there? How to add chapters to your videos using timestamps. That one? Is that what you're looking at? How to add YouTube timestamp links. The problem is if they're, what is this? Because I need to do it at that moment. I think a bunch of these things are probably about the editing process, which I can do editing, come back later. But it's going to be easiest if I can write that and say, boop, that's it. How to add chapters. I'm just going to say, okay, yeah. Right. Go faster. Ah, So I don't have a 0 one. Maybe that's why it didn't work. Did that first one not have a 0? That would explain why it didn't work. Maybe it's looking for... All right. Fascinating. So let's try this. Awesome. Okay, I learned something new today. You have to have a 0 timestamp. Cool. Reply to this person in case they're not a bot. Reply again here. Timestamps must include 00 in order to be recognized as chapter markers for Google. Once I switched 0004 to that, whoops, the chapters worked. Again. Cool. All right, so that didn't answer my question there, but it did solve another problem. That's cool. YouTube timestamps. Yeah, they're talking about video description. I don't think I need to read that one. Timestamps with Stream Deck. That sounds more promising. This is what I've got, a Stream Deck. Right, let's check it out. I gotta go faster. It's too slow. And this is where I should learn how to get the audio back in here, because it'd be nice to share that with people who are also watching. Although I rarely watch videos. Got the description. Yep. He's describing exactly my problem. Because I think if I could do some of these things faster, I might be more inclined to stream more often and have more fun with this on stream on different days. But the work piles up, you know. All right, so I've got this plugins. I've been poking around in the marketplace. Timestamp. Okay, this looks pretty cool. We'll plug in to make timestamps. Put it in a folder. All right. I don't think I want the system time. Most likely I want the elapsed time. It actually puts it in the YouTube format. That's like exactly what I would want. I'm gonna have to remember to do this though on the stream. That would be the challenge. But if I could at least like block in roughly where it was, because some of it is even like I have to literally watch the whole stream over again. But I do, like he says, I watch it on at least 2x speed. But that's at a 2-hour stream. That's still an hour of time, right? This sounds awesome. Oh man, that is exactly what I need. Cool. Let's give it a try. So I've got the marketplace up. I just installed the Streamlabs thing to let me know. In fact, if I'm staring at it, it's got a button that's constantly spinning now. I guess I can stop streaming with a single stroke. I don't know, that'd be cool. But we want timestamp. That's what he did. Oh, it's from Elgato. It's almost like they know people want to do this. I thought it was some random person. Get. It's gonna ask me to open this. Why? Oh no. Well, now you can see what my Stream Deck configuration is like, showing exactly what I'm seeing down here. Although this one is spinning down here. I'm not really sure I like that spinning. Whatever. It's good enough. Let's try it again. Maybe they failed. Maybe it failed to open. What? Alright, hold on. Now I'm like real stream mode here. 30 minutes already. Wow. Why did it log me out? Maybe that's why it failed to install, because it logged me out. It's not showing up there. There it is. Nope, nope, nope. That's timer. Oh, I dropped the scene. Oops. Okay. I moved my stream stuff back over to the side. Oh, it says you own this. Cool. Nice that it's free. Open the link. There we go. All right. So we need a couple things. Guess we need this new log thing to actually start it. Timestamp, I guess. Oh, okay. Time log. use an enter? I can. Neat. Time log. Super hard to read. I'll just... I'm hardly calling this making the money. I get a few dollars, which I'm grateful for. Don't get me wrong. I'm super thankful when people support me in some way, but not quitting my day job anytime in the next decade or so. And maybe a couple decades. All right. So we need a file name. Let's see. So we'll call it timestamps. Do a dash. Do year dash month. Was it month? Month dash. It's got to be just this format, right? Okay. And we'll do a folder. Sure, documents is fine. Stream timestamps. Put it in here. Okay. But then we also need the marker one. That will be important. And okay, I gotta go back to his video. I wasn't paying enough attention when I didn't realize he was doing like a custom format, and I'd need that to work. I think it was something like hour colon minute colon second. Let's see. Oh, he did. So this is what I don't know if Google's gonna respect that. If like you have an hour, they're gonna truncate it for you, because I think they like to. They assume that most content's not gonna go into the hours. Right. So, and this isn't gonna get me the intro bit, but that's okay. If it gets me like, 80% of the way there, that'd be good. So configure. We want a bigger window that I can see this better. We have the hour since the log created. Ugh. That's not what I want, because that could be like way off, right? If I don't start it right away. Is there a way to auto start this thing? Because all the timestamps would be off, right? All right, let's come back, rewatch this segment. Try it again. So I don't want system time, I want elapsed time. So elapsed time. Maybe. So maybe that's just hour, since it already knows the reference point. We'll verify. command. That just seems wrong. Yeah, he did it since the log is created. But is the other one, is that like, if I do an actual hour, minute, is it going to be like, so it's 6 o'clock here my time, what's it going to write? All right, let's try it out. Let's hope that it is elapsed time since the stream started. That's really what I care about, right? So we want hour, minute, second. That's what I want. Make sure those are the right options. Minute, second. All right. I think this is the right thing. Or it feels like the thing that I would want to exist. Yeah, he's using, so he's, what I gathered is he uses this, I can see it hiding behind this cursor here, this hour since log created. He hit the button for his demonstration and then poked on this. And the answers that he got back were like 22 seconds, 23 seconds. So it's clear that it was really since he hit that button, because we're 9 minutes into the video. But what I'm hoping to see is I've been streaming now for, what's Google what's this thing telling me? 38 minutes. So I'm hoping when I start this thing that what we get when I start the log and then I hit some markers is it knows it's supposed to be elapsed time and the stream's been on. So with any luck, it's like the markers from my preferred reference point. Because otherwise I'd have to do like this weird math of like, okay, I'm starting the log now at the and syncing it with the beginning of the stream and then hitting, or if I didn't get it perfectly right, I'd have to do some subtraction on all of the numbers, which seems just dumb. So I don't really understand that. So let's try it out. I can't really show it to you. I'm going to hit the button to get the log going. It's now I have a green log button, and I think I'm ready to hit some markers. So I'm going to press the marker button. A little checkbox shows that it went away. I'll wait a few seconds, and I'll hit the marker button again. Now I wonder, you know, we're tech savvy people. Is this going to show up in the stream, the documents, stream? Yes, iTerm can access this. Stream timestamps. Oh, okay. I don't need the TXT. It's already doing that. All right, let me press the button to stop it. Did it stop? Maybe I didn't press it all the way. It still says, still showing green. Okay, I didn't press it all the way. Boo. Elapsed time 6 seconds. That's not cool. That's not what I want. It's close, which I guess is useful, but good grief. I want it to be accurate. What does he say about that? All right, well, I guess I'll at least configure it. And the reason I have to keep going up to this tray here is like once you click away, it's just gone as far as I can tell. No, it's just hiding. There's no way to tab to it. Is the more accurate statement. Calendar back behind there. that. So this was elapsed time. Don't need to include txt. That was already included. There's got to be a better marker system out there. I mean, it's so close. It's like it should just know. Let's try. And why did it include both of them? I definitely said just elapsed time here. And it had, oh, it included as the text my actual time, because I didn't include any text. Oh my goodness, it's so annoying to get to this configuration thing. Oh, that's the text of that they want to put in the marker. I see. That's why I put that there. So it's almost like you don't even need this. You could get away with just doing this, I think. What if I just said mark? They don't do it in the format that I want either. Okay, let's try again. So starting a new file, and I can see, this is what I see, it turned green. I'm gonna hit the button. You don't see it, but it's showing a green check mark there. I'm gonna hit it again. Let's do a third one to differentiate it from the other file. Okay. Now we can stream. Oh, okay, so the file name didn't overwrite because I had text. All right, yeah. So I guess that's kind of useful. I need to figure out the way to calculate the offset and then add that in terms of time to all these timestamps. Somewhat lame in that sense. All right, maybe he's got some fix here. So let's keep going. Automating timestamps. Right. Now, what did he do different? Oh, you know what? I bet he undid both of those, and I just wasn't paying attention. And you have to do that as your text. Okay, so that's probably it. Oops, wrong button. Yeah, that's almost certainly it. So let's take off elapsed time completely, because that's annoying. And then put hour, minute, second. Now we have that. Oh, I didn't stop the other file. So we're going to destroy the file again. We're going to overwrite it this time. And now I can do mark, mark, mark. Okay, and then we'll do what? Write it out. That didn't work. Come on. It's being finicky. Okay. I've moved between, because sometimes I've noticed that if I don't switch between them, like nothing gets the right, doesn't persist the thing. Maybe it didn't persist it and I was just hitting buttons. So let's try again. And I see there are 7 of you. We're just kind of messing around today. And I'm trying to make the stream better. And the thing we're doing right now is setting marks in a file that later on I can timestamp stuff a little easier and have most of that work done for me. Still is missing features of like, I'd still have the preference to say what I did earlier of saying like marker some note, because I think the problem with this scheme is that these marks are going to be devoid of context, and that's a challenge. So anyway, but it would be better than nothing, because right now I'm just literally having to watch through everything and I don't know the important marks in the system. Let's try turning on the file again. We've got this new file. The log session is currently active. Oh, that's interesting that it tells us there. And coming over here, hitting the green button again. And again. I'm going to give it a pause this time. Well, actually, let's start counting. So third, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So having 4 marks in there, roughly. Well, not exactly 4, just roughly spaced 10 seconds apart with the last 2. I want to make sure that's writing in the format that we expect and is this content. So I'm going to push the button to stop this. Now we should have, okay, I think it's just not overwriting the file. So I think because we have that old file, we're not seeing the new document. Let's get rid of all these. Okay, so coming back to this one more time, we can all see it. Bring up the configuration. Start the file. The file should be going. Gonna hit mark. Do another mark. Count for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more mark. Stop the file. Now we should be able to look at that output and should hopefully see something different. Okay. Okay, these are even more useless, so I definitely see what his since the beginning of file thing is now. These are just actual timestamps from the time of day, which is really not going to help me. So let's change that. Get rid of this stuff and say hour, colon, minute, colon, second, colon. Second, did not need a colon after it. Remove the file one more time. It's going. Hit a mark. We hit another one. And I'll put 5 in there. Why not? 3, 4, 5. Stop the file. Those last 2 must have been roughly the same second or something. Okay, well, it's better than nothing. But let's keep going. See what he has to say about the rest of this. If there's more we can get out of this. Oh, wow. That is hardcore. So he's making custom buttons because of the fact that you can't set the text by pressing a button. That's a lot of prep work. Nick next. Thanks for joining in. Hey, if you're happy with Node.js, go for it. I'm content with Django, but to each their own. I actually been using some Node.js for a different project. I think I missed his key point there. I got distracted by the comment. All right. Aha. Okay. This is how he does it. Ah. Mystery solved. Okay, so there's two challenges here. I think no matter what, this doesn't quite do what I need because I trim the front of my videos. So I would have to mark. Yeah, I'd have to do. You know what I can do? I can need a multi-mark thing. Or so what he was just saying at the end there, if you weren't reading the subtitle or the closed captioning, was he gets his log file going by using what Elgato calls a multi-action. Let's clear out the little filter here. Multi-action is what it sounds like. Lets you do multiple things. And he sets it up so that he like plays an intro video, does a splash screen to let people know what's up, what's going on, and then get started. I think I would need to do something similar because every time I go and do a stream, the front, this screen, hold on, this one, starting soon, you can still hear me, but I start with this. I'd like to change this, by the way, but it's what's there, just to let people know that the stream has started and it's going, but I'm not ready to go yet. But I could do a multi-action, and to be clear, like what I've done is I'm like in this screen, which I can't from there, which you actually, yeah, that doesn't, it's not very helpful because you can't see. So to get going, I've been hitting this button 2 here to get this started. But really, I think what I should do is have a multi-action that not only fires up the main scene, but also starts a log. And at that point, if I do that and have and then just make sure that when I do my editing, I go right up to that point where I start, then the second the marker should align with where the actual boundaries are. Okay, that's exciting. So that solves a good problem. I should be using it here, but it's too late. I'll do it for the next time, and I'll experiment. yeah, I've got this is a new button that I added, which I sometimes will drop at the beginning of these streams, where actually I could put that in my multi-action. This is kind of what the stream's about. So much to Nick Nest's chagrin, maybe. I should comment on that. So I've got a tech community that I'm part of here. So I live in Frederick, Maryland. And there's a GitHub group called Tech Frederick, as you might guess, if you were to live in Frederick. And so here we are. I'm starting a community project, and the community project is going to be able to display stuff about local groups, all that. And Nick Nest, maybe this will make you happy. It's using Next.js. Granted, we're going to be deploying to GitHub pages, so we're not using the Next.js server, the Node.js server aspect of it, but it's still using npm and Node.js to do the build stuff. So I don't have any problem with people using any other tech. In fact, I use other tech all the time. I use this here for JavaScript for fun, and I do Google Go stuff at work. So no shade to any other language ecosystems. Do what makes you happy, even if that's PHP. All right. I think probably that wraps up the things I need to do. Questions if people want, and this is something else to explore. YouTube live poll. How do you do a poll? I know I've seen it. So that's something else I have to explore. But I have questions for you today, if any of you are paying attention, is what do you think of like green screens? People on green screens. You care? And I say this, so I too am a viewer of dev streamers, but who I watch are, well, if anything, it's mostly the Primogen. Does some really interesting stuff. He's just an entertaining guy. And I like his format. I mean, he's just goofy. Fine with green screens. Trying to find ways to I took off, one of the things I did before I got online is I took off that silly red boundary border that I had on the video. I didn't think it was helping. And if I can get myself out of the way and focus on the content, that seems useful. So I might try that out now, because his style, looking for one of them that he actually, all of these seem to be him blown up. He does some more. There, this is the standard where he's like kind of the bottom corner of the screen, quarter size maybe, and I think can't really in good conscience make my video bigger, because if I did that and I had all the background, then I'd cut out 25% of viewable area. Although you'd be dealing with my big forehead at that point, but that's okay. So I will look into getting a green screen. Some of the support that people will give me, I've got some money stashed away for the stream, and have been thinking about what's the next improvement to make. So maybe that's it. Other than that, what do we got going on? Other than that, polls. Maybe I'll finish up after. I gotta go cook dinner for my kids here soon. So, does YouTube have native polls? I feel like I've seen them. How to create a poll? Is there a command here? Engage with your audience. Ah, there it is. Start a poll. Let's poke around on it. Green screen? Okay, I see it. 100% yes, but it doesn't show me. Does it show how many votes? Maybe, oh, 1 vote. It's kind of hiding over there. And what do you think of, just curious, like your interaction stuff? Do you like polls? Do you participate in polls on, I assume if you're watching me, you probably watch some other streamers too, or maybe you're just really bored on YouTube right now, in which case, welcome. But yeah, what do you enjoy about some of this stuff? Is I have all sorts of things I don't even know about down here that I've never bothered to play with. I can show my support for Matt Lehman. I can give myself a super sticker. Is that infinite money? I've got a poll. Answer viewer questions. What does that do? Okay, let me end the poll. Thanks for the response there. Let's poke at the Q&A. How does this work? Why am I asking my own questions for Q&A? What does that mean? Is this like a question come in? Can somebody drop in a question and see what happens? Because I have no idea how to interact with this. Like, all I see is it's taken over my chat, so I can't see any normal chat, so that seems not awesome. Sample question here. Okay. So I've got a few things here. I've got top chat, which I guess is only a problem if you're super popular. There's a small group of people right now, so I'm not too worried about that. I leave it on live chat, which means because I can still see everything well enough. And then I've got the Q&A thing, but I'd have to switch over it to see it. Yeah, maybe Q&A is more like when you have more chat messages than you know what to do with. All right, I'm going to end that. Oh, wow. This will remove all questions in the question list. Yeah, I see a couple of questions. One from Abraham and one from you, John. So that gets rid of questions. All right, I don't think I need that yet. I think that's a future problem. Gotta get critical mass on having a large number of people that are chatting so much that I can't even keep up with the questions. Then I could see keeping that going in the background and flipping over to it periodically. So I'm not going to mess with it. All right, so polls. I know where polls are now. That's cool. I'll try and make use of them in the future. I've seen some interesting techniques to use with polls too, so that'll be fun. This polls surely gives you more than just 2 options. Add an option. Okay. All right. I think y'all, thank you for joining in. This was on a whim. I was looking for things to do this Saturday too, and one of them was make the stream better. So I think I've got a couple things here that will help me in the future. Help it make it easier to edit, which in turn will hopefully make it more likely that I'll do more streams. Thank you all for joining in. I'm going to hit the end stream button and see if that works for the YouTube thing. It might actually just end Streamlabs, and then I'll have to go and stop the stream anyway. So maybe there's a multi-action there to do both. I don't know. But